madah malungil sil sel moraro gul adro reng saracho palmsaule sador tial teal el buko moringi tial to gubetsel el du lo bangela gal ladra huripingam la nerbela usra weekend emergo ngedik tilgibus modelo sengka ngare da ingara ablo huriping el ngia amredrengi president rengi tianga tainga kan kekrel tainga kalenti ngara email tar adala ngalga school idir gulmo lana motru irak emergo di sel ngodor gilel tel tainga ka ol sisak lang ari email ka mo kumalo ben course lo sisak sweden mala igel degree gidel bachelor degree ra science ma el ringil tainga ke di sel ko ileak el ngodor tleta la dia ka sab email mo ngwa degree ka ba bir ka ra tainga al sugum dia ka bom black belt ra martial art mang sige de en kal roba mo kal adamos modi etial school la al deber blul adl el Universal Peace Federation el ngia oldub on seora amok tegra oldub abud rablul at madirek longal ka family milisi a ongal ka milisi areng ra klaumrangal mora alit ma oldo ma klaumrangal mora blu el seguida amok tigil la milkit itia school etia del school ngara huripin de tel la ngari school el ngara ablura gora ya mangari ngara mdigel madrigel tia la de ngarinya shobai malubang business ngya akang gesteringi ol ngaseo ay gidel el school may kalurere mliwe krablul at tia gidel uro ramok tegra oldu abud rablul at mang aki mo tirir mo amal wase because ang time ulam kidi mo mlo to kurang barat mergo mo real spedel malasam ko mo summarize ay gil mildo. So first Mr. Agustin or Dr. Venus Agustin, I have done a very short introduction of you but I'll give you a chance to tell us who you are and why are you in Palau, and also yes, this the school that you are a president of, what the school is all about.
Yeah, thank you, my friend Attorney Moses. It is a pleasure and honor to be in Palau. This is my first time to visit Palau. I tried to look into the map. I cannot almost find the map of Palau, but I found out it's very near to Davao. And I studied it in the internet, and I was amazed how Palau was projected as the paradise because of its rich in resources in the sea, and wow, it's so beautiful. When I came, my background is I'm in the academy. My professional exposure is in business and education, martial arts. Those are the focus of my career. And
you are a Ph.D.?
Ph.D. in commerce. Graduated my Ph.D. at the Catholic University. We call it the oldest university named University of Santo Tomas in Manila City. And I had my master's is and I had my second PhD, which focused on peace and security administration. That's why I am very keen and passionate to promote peace through raising up young people to be the future leaders. Because I believe that the future lies on how we raise up and educate our young people today. It's very alarming that I've been to more than 40 countries worldwide, and I can see the trend of the young people through the proliferation of the technology. And well, I don't know if you believe, but in a family, it's no longer one family under God. It's one family under Wi-Fi. So it's very alarming that nobody talk artistically now. They focus, once they arrive in the house, they focus on the cell phone. But we can use the technology at the same time to make this as a way to raise up and educate our young generations possible. So anyway, when it's my first visit to Palau, by the way, I really
And you are a black belt in.
Oh yeah, I had the degree. I have my 7th degree in black belt. Tungil Mudo means the way of unified martial arts. So this Tungil Mudo is grounded on the two aspects: the soft part and the hard part, centering on its unification principle. We call it things that unifying the soft and hard, centering on the unification principle. Then that's Tongil Modo.
And then, I mean, the martial art, is it you can handle both offense and defense?
Oh yes, because since it is integrating the best essence of the different martial arts style, so these can students can be trained, specialized in all types of art: judo, karate, taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, ground technique, everywhere. Tai chi, pass.
So while the students are studying to get their degree, bachelor's degree, they're also studying this martial art?
Oh yes, because it's part of its institutional requirements of the college. That's why students take this part not as out of academic, but it's part of its institutional requirements. So that's why our students not just learn the art itself, but learn the discipline, the principles behind.
This is very unusual because I have never seen any college or university in the world that do this kind of thing.
Oh.
So I'm thinking, why you think of university and colleges training the mind to have more, to be more informed and to know the techniques of doing things through the head. We don't think of university as also a place where you also learn to discipline yourself and learn to believe or support peace. I mean, isn't that kind of, and to also character and family values, what kind of school is this? I mean,
because the school is a project of the Universal Peace Federation. That's why the focus is on how we can educate students of the nations for world leadership, meaning the study is not only for Philippines. We aim that all students coming from any nations, they should become a leader back to their country. They need to really love the country because this is the lacking point in the education. Our education system focuses on knowledge, but not so much on the character building. So that's why martial arts is a part of a system to develop the character, to love for the sake of others. This is not anymore in the part of the education system. Building the character is almost none of its subject. It's disregarded. It's focused on technical knowledge. That's why the outcome of those graduates, they only think of what is it for me. This is the problem.
So, I mean, so you're saying that your school teach people to serve others?
Yes, to sacrifice for the sake of others. At the same time, that will not also, disregard their identity on how, something that will benefit them. No, if you serve for the sake of others, that also ensure something that what is for you.
So you're saying that your school is to teach kids also to be loyal to your country,
correct,
to
precisely.
your God,
First
to,
and
to your
foremost.
family.
Yes, absolutely. The foremost, that's why the motto of the college is this. First and foremost is love God, love humanity, love your nation. These three is the motto of the college itself. That's why it's useless to have knowledge something, but you don't put God first, and then you don't love humanity, and then you don't love your country. Education will be nothing if we don't have this kind of values. That is something that students must really not just know, but embody. Embody. This is the most important education that we need to look, and I really challenge even the academe to really create something. You know, as a PhD, isn't it that as a PhD, you can be a PhD because you have some idea that will contribute to the betterment of the society. So this should be the kind of education that all this PhD must have. But where are the PhD that's supposed to answer the problems of the world? This is actually the problem. Yeah.
You know, Dr. Vinis, I mean, your words, I'm sure, is music to the ears of Mr. Salvador Talams here, because he's a deeply religious man, you know.
Oh.
And then his station, I mean, this one, they play religious music starting in the morning, and play national anthem at 6 o'clock at midnight, which other stations don't do. And I mean, he's a nationalist, so I mean, religious and also a good family man. So I think so. Your school also emphasize family values.
Oh, yeah. That's why I said one thing and foremost. Why we educate them? Because we want them to be a model individual. As a model individual, they should really practice that when they have a family. They should have a family that can be isn't it the United Nations say that a state has a responsibility to protect the family as a unit institutions, basic institutions. United Nations in the article, was that? I remember that article 16 or 40. Anyway, it's very clear. However, family was disregarded this time. It's more emphasized on individualism. This is the problem. So that's why students who learn these values must be practiced in the family. So because the family is the basic unit of the society, so, you know, society can be a strong base now for a good nations, a better nation. So that means the destiny of the and future of the nations lies on what type of family we have.
Well, the school, you said, has been in existence for like 10 years, right?
Yes, since 2010, but started its bachelor degree started 2004.
So how many graduates so far have you had then? And all the graduates in black belt in
I have now almost 400 graduates with black belts.
And then, so these graduates, you know, your country has a very high unemployment.
Oh,
and
yeah?
then they export workers to Palau and other rest of the world.
I was surprised.
Yeah. So my question is that such high employment, your graduates, do they get hired? They don't like try to go overseas to work because there's no job in the Philippines for them?
Oh, by the way, thank you for that questions. I honestly say, first and foremost, those who are taking the education, when they take the licensure exam in the high school, in the secondary education, nobody failed. I'm very honestly proud of that. And secondly, those who choose to go into career paths and work, in just more or less than a year, they become the managers. And many of those that I interviewed, why they made such a thing? Well, they didn't boast themselves to be a graduate of something, but because of their character that the company found in them. The character, their attitude. It's not about the brain they know, but about their attitude, their humility, and the discipline that they learn from the college because of the martial arts.
Wow.
Yes.
Dr. Venus, can you tell us about the school, more about the school?
Okay.
Is this a boarding school? And can you let our listeners know or understand the schedule of the program that they have in the school?
Well, yes, you're right. The occasion whether it's a boarding school. Yes, it's a boarding school. This is the International Peace Leadership College. It's a boarding school. Our academic program schedule is from Monday to Thursday only. And you know why? Because we train them to be self-reliant, not to dependent on their parents. So that's why we train, no matter what programs they choose, we train them to be entrepreneur, to do entrepreneurship. That's why from Friday to Saturday, they go out to do entrepreneurship. So they have some allowance for a week. So the parents are very happy. Sometimes they send money to their parents out of their result of being doing entrepreneurial.
And what are the courses being offered?
Oh, the courses actually now is we have the Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy, Bachelor of Secondary Education, Major in Values Education, and now we are offering Major in English, Bachelor of Arts in Journalism, Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration with 2 majors. You can choose Marketing or Human Resource Development Management. And we have the Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship. We have a 1-year special program. This is for the out-of-school youth who don't like to study. We call this 1-year Tung Ilmu Do Martial Arts Training and Peace Studies. But many of those graduates now, they realize how important to pursue a certain level of education, that they can use it for their being a future leader. You know, society also asks, how far did you go in your career? But more important than that, the Tung Ilmu Do that I am teaching is not about techniques. It's about the character. That's why the highest virtue of my martial arts is when you win the fight without a fight, then you are a real Tung Ilmu Do black belt.
That word definitely is not English language. That's Korean language?
No. It's
what?
a universal language.
Oh.
Tung Ilmu Do, of course, is a Korean word, but the meaning is the way, because the do is way or art or path. So the path, the art or way of unified martial arts. Yes.
And when you say unified martial arts, what are the martial arts?
Yes,
Are unified,
they can specialize in the way when they learn the fundamentals and everything. Taekwondo, karate, judo, jiu-jitsu. They can practice tai chi or any kind of martial arts, because the Tung Ilmu Do is integrating all the best essence of martial arts. To say one example, when our college joined the Association of Private Schools, college and universities, state and private. No, this is our private institutions who form, and then we have compete. First join. So I filled up 12 different levels in Taekwondo. 12 different levels in the province. All of them won gold, to the surprise of the Taekwondo community.
And this is in the Philippines?
Yes.
And Taekwondo
And we went to the national. Yeah.
Taekwondo is the Korean art of martial law.
Yes, martial arts. Taekwondo is a Korean, that's almost part of their culture. But we beat all of them. This is an amazing result of what Tung Ilmu Do is all about. We joined karate, we won. We won gold.
And karate is Japanese.
Japanese, yeah.
And you have judo also Japanese.
Yes, we have judo. Yeah. We have jiu-jitsu also, ground. And I sent some of my chosen athletes in the MMA, like Muay Thai or these mixed martial arts competitions. They won, of course, in the amateur level.
In the Philippines. Yeah.
Because of the discipline, it's not about the technique, but of the character. That's what important. Yeah.
So if the school is extended to Palau, they can earn their bachelor degree in the 6 field that you have mentioned, but can also earn their degree in or at least black belt in karate.
Oh yes, definitely. When they graduate, yes, of course, they cannot graduate.
And then they can come to Philippines and compete. In the
Yes.
Okay.
And by the way, not to mention, we are offering also grade 11 and 12 high school in the college. Yeah.
So if there are Palawans who are interested or people listening, how would they apply to attend the college?
Well, for now I don't have the office here, but my friend Attorney Moses can be the information. You can contact Attorney Moses for the details. But if there's some substantial numbers, it's really important that they need to undergo orientations and seminars before deciding to come. I don't like that when they come, they change their mind. I want when they come, they are really had the kind of attitude that when they finish their education, they need to return back for the country. That one I want to make sure. I can promise you. that once they come back to the to Palau, they will not think only of themselves, but they will think for the destiny and the future generation of leaders for Palau.
So if there would be about 20 people here in Palau who would be interested in attending the school, would you be able to come back to Palau and do an orientation for them?
Absolutely, I am willing. Yeah.
What about the cost? I think that's a very important aspect. You know,
The cost, I was surprised that I just heard that for Palauans to undergo studies abroad, they have $6,000. I hope I'm correct to say that. That's already more than enough for them to have a 1 year. For 1 year, because $1,000 per semester only. That's approved
excluding
by
food, eh?
excluding food, of course.
But that's include dormitory.
Include dormitory already. $1,000 per semester. That means in a year, $2,000.
So maybe transportation, food, and all, maybe about 4,000, 5,000 a year.
More likely, depends on how they spend the money. You know. But to tell you frankly, the food is very cheap. You know, the food is not less than $1. You can eat already.
You can have $3,000 a year and you can finish a 4-year college.
Precisely.
Yeah, you know, here is a problem here. You see, we were under the United States for like 60 years before independence. So, and then most of us were educated in US. So somehow there's a mentality here that there's something American, the schools, food, and that they are superior school. So like going to school in Asia, you know, kind of, that's low, you know. So it's really, like our students, if young people say, you go to school in the Philippines, no, I'd rather go to US, you know. Because understandably, I mean, it's the mentality that's been created that somehow Americans are superior and white people are superior because they first came, they had technology and they colonized us. But, you know, our early leaders like Roman Mutu, like Toshio Nakamura, was a former speaker, then like the May Otto, most of them, they went to school in the Philippines, University of the Philippines and other schools. So, I mean, you know, your country, Philippines, was during the 50s and the 60s was the tiger of Asia, was well developed, and I mean they even invest in Taiwan and Hong Kong and all over the place. It was their education was very high. So I mean we have to kind of deal with that, so really to get our students, I guess, interested, and the parents also to in the school, I think we need to, you know, give more information because it's closer to us, it's cheaper, and we're the same people. I mean, look, we look alike, you know. So I mean, same. You know, same.
And culture.
I look like a Filipino, my uncle.
So maybe it's urgent for you to make sure you recruit at least 10 Palauans and make sure they attend this college and they come back and make sure they demonstrate that they have that character already. Then we're going to have more to come.
As I told you, I can promise to those who are listening that those who can finish their education in my college, they will be the future leaders of Palau. They will cry and die for Palau. Because that's one essence of our values, to love God, love humanity, and love your country.
And your family.
And your family. It's automatic. When you love your country, who are in the country, it's a family, composed of many families. You need to preserve. The basic unit of a nation is a family.
Well, very good information, and then I think I should disclose publicly to Mr. Talams and to the public that I'm a member of this
Universal Peace Federation.
We're both members, and it's an international NGO, non-profit, non-government organization that's affiliated with United Nations, UNESCO.
Yes, actually, it's ECOSOC status.
Yes,
it's one of the highest recognition of United Nations, and we are very active. In fact, this coming November 3rd, 1 and 2, we have the summit in Nepal. wherein there are 5 current head of state in Oceania are going there. I think 6 or 7, I don't know. But recently I knew there are 5 confirmed
Yes.
head of states going to Nepal.
And President Ngirmang, also Senate President Hokons Paules and Speaker Sabino Anastasio have been invited to attend the leadership conference because they both for the executive leaders
Yeah.
and then the legislative leaders.
Yeah, because this is directly the Nepal government are the one hosting it, the Prime Minister, and co-host by the Universal Peace Federation.
And the matters to be addressed is the issue of peace,
Peace, climate change,
family values, the
5 principles of peace, will be discussed. Yes.
Are you trying to create a one world religion or a
No, that's not actually the intention. Well, if that is the case, I will not join. I will not join Universal Peace Federation. Honestly, we respect the traditions, the culture, and the established faith. Yes. What we want is collaboration, unity, and harmony for common ground that will ensure the future of our generations.
And in fact, Mr. Talams, there are members of this UPF in Palau who are Catholics, Protestants, Seventh-day Adventists, and even Mordecai people who are members throughout the years. We just don't preach because it's not a religion. I mean,
Yes, it's not a religion.
It's like a movement, you know.
It's a movement to make our world a better place for our children to live in harmony and peace. Oh, by the way, if I have given have time, I can give my impression about Palau this time.
Yes, you may.
You know, when I arrived last Saturday morning, I was given the opportunity to fly to Angkor, visit Angkor with the recommendation to my friend. Oh, I was so happy to see the whole country.
And then you also went to Malgeog and Tung Esar.
Yes. And my impression in that place, I realized the map, seeing the map when we went there. Of course, the first place I feel like the island is paradise. Oh my gosh, so pure, amazing spirit. I can sense it.
But
very
you're
pure.
from the Philippines. You have a lot of islands, 7,000 islands
But that's
in the
different.
Philippines.
The trees are completely not corrupted. The trees are not corrupted. Oh my God! You know, this is what I like. You know, in the Philippines you cannot see any so much. Oh, no more. It's like my head already. Joke. Okay, so you know the map is like a shoe. You know the Angkor. It's like a shoe. It's a footprints. I was told it's the origin of Palau.
Yes.
So there is some kind of significance. I'm very glad. I'm very honored, and thank you, Attorney Moses, for really giving me the opportunity to be there and to see the whole island. Well, the Philippines has 7,100 islands. I know what island is all about, but I have a different experience, like spiritual experience, to be in Palau, to be reborn again.
And then you saw our capital, which is modeled after U.S. capital. So, like the top democracy in the world, we model our capital after U.S.
Yeah, so then I visited the farm, and by the way, the soil is very fertile in the land of Angkor, and I visited his land of my friend somewhere. What's the name again?
Young Esar State.
Yes, and
by the way, Salvador, I mean, you know, I planted about 1,000 bananas about 9 months ago, and when we visit my farm, we saw the first banana fruit.
And
With
that's
my
from
friend
the
here.
Philippines.
yes,
And then we saw my 200 papaya, which is not bearing fruit yet, but it's. I've got to also feel blessed that my friend saw the fruit of my bananas.
You know, when you plant plants, you have to maintain the plants. You just don't plant and leave them and go away. You know, those bananas and papayas are from the Philippines. And you have to tend to them, otherwise they don't give you good fruit.
In fact, that's Cavendish.
Cavendish.
Yeah, and I got seedlings from Davao years ago. So
I live in Davao. I grew up in Davao, where our president, is a mayor of the city. So I know how to take care of the banana. And
so how do you think about this banana and papaya?
it grows because the land is fertile. But I told him, hire a Filipino that know how to manage the banana plantation.
yeah, that's right. And by the
Because
way,
there's a process, to technique, how to make them grow and bear fruit.
yes, that's the first fruit is okay because I have some, but the second one, third one, you have to really
Yes,
put the
yes.
fertilizers
Yeah,
and
you
take care
don't-
of it.
You don't just a tree by its branches,
No,
but
Cavendish
by
is
its
very
fruit.
sensitive.
yes. And then, by the way, Salvador, you probably know that President Ngirmang is going to Philippines at the end of the month, and I think he'll be the keynote speaker in that APAF conference, and he will also meet Duterte. I think on December 1 or 2.
Yes, I heard about that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why he could not go to that leadership summit in Nepal.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so I guess we're coming to an end. So thank you for the wise words that we've heard, and we hope this not gonna be the last visit of yours to Palau. Looks like you've been impressed a little bit, so you come back and then.
Again, I ask him one more question. If there are law enforcement in Palau
Yes.
who would be interested in setting up a program for training in your college, would you be able to work with them to establish such a program?
I welcome that, sir. Yes.
That's
I have this program to professional people like police. Yes, I have this program also designed for that.
also I forgot to mention, and maybe explain a little bit this program for the youth who are involved in drugs and stuff. That you take them in and then you
Oh, yes.
you run them through a program of is that from zero to hero?
Yes, actually this is a 1-year program. We call it from zero to hero. Why zero? Means these young people, they just roam around and no idea what will be in their future. So we encourage them to join. They were motivated because they didn't have to pay anything, free. They are encouraged. And then as they go along, they found their identity, their value, and their parents during their graduations are crying because they never expected that their children will apologize to them and then ask for forgiveness for things that they become very stubborn and run away child, and into drugs. Some of them are serious into drugs, but during the program and the course of the program, and they overcome, wow, they become a new person, and they become a living testimony how they control and fight something that they never imagined in their life. Yes, so this is something that is working. I'm expanding to the different provinces. I'm putting up again some facility in one of the island of Bohol, and already I have facility in Mindanao. So this is donors that those who believe in this vision, and they contribute. And to be honest, still not the Philippines are contributing. Still some friends from abroad who believe in the idea. But sooner or later, I'm preparing things that the government will recognize, and I'm looking, and because our president really his passion is to eradicate drugs. So I have a lot of ground now that sooner or later the Philippines will now become my partners. Actually, I already had making a lot of foundation already, and wow, I'm preparing a 10,000 within the next 5 years that will graduate in this program, that will go into all the provinces and then expand to Asia Pacific.
But Philippines is a main source of drugs coming into Palau.
That's
And
right,
drugs
I know.
is the number one problem in this country.
I can help in that.
So if there are people interested, they can just contact.
Yes, to my
Mr.
friend,
Ngirmang.
Attorney Moses. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
you so much.
Yeah. So thank you very much. And then as we say in Palawan, Mauriu.
Mauri.
Means we don't say goodbye. We just say
See
until
you
later
again.
on.
Until we meet again.
We meet again. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr.
Thank you very much.
Agustin.